Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gentle Monday Yoga. I'm happy to see you. For this practice, if you happen to have a block nearby or something that you can use like a block, especially we'll be putting our head on the floor and just something like a pillow that you can put under your head, that might help this practice. So we're going to start by just finding a comfortable seat and taking some deep breaths. So give yourself a minute to clear the space around you, to clear the flesh under you, to close your eyes and start to breathe through your nose. And just arrive here. Notice that you're breathing. And notice that maybe for the last few days, maybe you've been breathing more shallow. We're definitely living in a time of change. Living in a time that is beyond our control for the most part. And that tends to really alert our nervous systems. So this morning, we're going to practice living inside of change. I'm going to be asking you to do some familiar postures in an unfamiliar way to just help us be with change in a more peaceful way. So let's start that right now by bringing one hand to the belly and bringing our breath all the way down here into the belly. Inhale and exhale and just let your belly out. We spend so much time trying to hug our bellies in. Let it out, no one can see. And just notice if that's unusual for you to let your belly stick out and to feel breath all the way down here. Filling up, emptying out. And then just let your hands come to the floor. We'll continue that deep breath, but feel the ground beneath you. Just feel this solid earth underneath where we sit. Continue breathing into your belly and feeling the earth supporting you. Safe here, still and protected. Start to walk your fingers out in front of you. Let your hands come to the ground and just drop your chin to your chest, round your spine. Take those same deep breaths, but now breathe into your lower back. Each breath, something new is happening in your body. Each time you bring in oxygen, change happens in your body. Each time you breathe out carbon dioxide, you rid yourself of something old. Come back to a seat, let your hands come to your knees, and then let's start to move through a seated cat-cow. So we'll inhale to pull your shoulders onto your back, and we'll exhale to round. So just moving with breath. And considering this idea that even breath is change. Something new coming in, something old going out, happening every second, every minute of our day. Coming back to center, let your right hand come to the floor. Sweep the left arm up and over. Go as far as you can over. Bend the elbow and then reach your arms out in front of you. The left hand comes to the ground and the right arm lifts. Let's just do that a few times, moving with breath. Stirring it up, creating, making change happen. You might start to hear the sound of your breath as you move, that H sound, that whisper breath. Let's go one more time. Reaching the hands up high. Interlace your fingers, press your palms to the ceiling. Like you could put handprints on the ceiling above you. Look up at your hands. On the exhale, turn the palms and round the spine. Come all the way down. Let's do that with breath. Inhale, palms press up. Exhale, hands reach down. Might even feel good to you as you lower to sigh it out, a loud, audible One more time, reach as high as you can. And then allow your palms to turn down. Release your fingers, and as slowly as possible, just let your arms float. Chest lifts, arms light, easy. And hands back on the earth. Let's bring our knees around and we'll bring ourselves into child's pose. So if you do have a block or a pillow, you could place it here on your mat. Take your knees extra wide and rest your forehead on the block. You can also rest your forehead on your mat or on the backs of your hands. Give yourself this other sense of grounding, pressing the forehead into the earth, and you might just roll your head from side to side. Feel that easy massage across your forehead, your brow, your third eye. This is our center of intuition. And when we're connected with this part of us, we know what is true. We know what is real. We're better able to let go of the stories and the fears and all the other thoughts that pull us away from the present moment. Release that. Gently press up to your hands and knees. You can move your prop. With the knees stacked under the hips, start to move through cat-cow. But I'd like you to move a little differently today. So instead of just forward and back, maybe it's a sideways motion. Maybe your hips start to draw circles or figure eights. How many ways can you move, keeping these 4 points on the mat? Each time you breathe in, something new is happening. Each time you breathe out, you're letting go of something used, something that you're complete with. This breath. Let your belly drop down to the earth and your chin lift, cow pose. And then shift your belly button over to the right, pull your back up toward the ceiling, and shift your belly button to the left. So these are called barrel rolls. You can just imagine that with your belly button, you're drawing a circle up and down. And when you're ready, just reverse that direction. Barrel rolls up and around. Pause in the center. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and just notice here and now. Change is happening in your body. Your nervous system is reacting to these breaths and this movement. Let's reach the right arm forward and the left leg back, coming into spinal balance. Just reaching out as far as you can in both directions. Exhale to hug the elbow in toward the knee. Really round your back and then lift again. Just start to move with breath, in and out. Inhale to reach. Let your back knee bend and reach your front arm back toward that foot. And you can pause right there, just reaching, or maybe your fingers easily reach the foot. No need to force, just find. Breath moves into your belly, your chest, and your hip. Gently release that. Place your hand on the mat. Tuck your toes under and give yourself a nice calf stretch. Feel your Achilles tendon, your calves, just stretching, lengthening. Return that foot to the earth. Switching side, the left arm reaching forward, right arm reaching back. Finding the center, and then moving with breath. Reach as far as you can and tuck as deeply as you can. Reaching out, pause, bend your back knee and let that front arm reach back toward the foot. And you can just pause there reaching, or maybe there's a foot to grab. Instead of forcing, just see what you find. Let's release the hand to the mat, tuck the toes, and allow just some length in the calf and the tendon of that back leg. And we'll drop our knee to the mat, spreading our fingers wide. Let's go into down dog a little differently than we normally do. So I'd like you to start by just hovering the knees over the mat. And I realize this is a little less gentle than gentle. We won't be here long. But I just want you to feel your hands pressing into the mat and then just really experience the slow unfolding up into this posture. And when you get the hips all the way up, start to move through your feet. Bend and straighten. Noticing what you find here. Let's take our feet wide in this downward facing dog. Hands come back just a little. And then bend one knee so that it pulls across to the opposite edge of your mat. And then switch. Swiveling your hips, the knee to the opposite side. And keeping the feet right where they are, slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Knees can be bent or straight. Reach your hands back to the heels and just give a gentle pull, drawing your head closer to your mat. Shift your weight into your right foot and then your left. Just an easy sway. Each time you breathe in with this posture, something new is happening in your body. Just observe that. Bring your fingertips to the floor in front of you. Lengthen your spine, and let's just change that up a little bit. Turn your toes in and your heels out. So it's kind of like you're pigeon-toed. And then with knees soft, take a hold again and gently pull yourself down. You might notice the outer edges of your hamstrings. And if you'd like, just sway side to side here. Noticing something different. Just the slightest change makes a difference. Bring your fingertips to the floor, and now let's go toes out, heels in. Lengthen through the spine. Knees can be bent, and just fold yourself down. Holding on to the heels. Now you'll feel inner edges. Again, we're just swaying side to side. Keeping those toes turned out, put a deep bend in your knees and straighten your legs. Let's do that a few times. Just toes are turned out, bending and straightening. Next time your knees are bent, bring your hands to your thighs, press your chest up, and lift all the way to standing. Find your way into mountain pose. And just check in. Body standing here, mountain pose. Inhale your arms to the front. Open your arms out to the side. Fingertips to the sky, and then just exhale, throw your arms down. So 3-part breath. Inhale, 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 exhale. Start to make those breaths a little more vigorous through your nose. Sniff, 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 and then blow out. One more time, reach your arms up high, hold, step your feet out wide once again, and let's do some sunflowers. Just taking advantage of that heat. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. As you lift, just picture in your mind a sunflower. Great big bright yellow flower with its face to the sun. All of nature embraces change. All around us right now are signs of nature waking up to spring. It's a reminder that it's all impermanent. Nothing stays the same. And where we are right now will be different tomorrow. Move a little faster, a little more vigorously. Building heat. One more time, reach high and let your arms again just float slowly, slowly, slowly down to your side. With the toes to the corners of the mat, just start to take an easy bend in one knee at a time. And then put a little bit of weight on your thighs. Let your torso start to follow. Just leaning over that bent knee. Start to find inner thighs. Let's make our way to the right leg. We'll put a nice bend in that knee. Let's bring fingertips to the floor or a block, and then pull the left toes up. We'll just pause here to feel some length in our inner thigh. You can keep this right knee stacked, or if you'd like to come down a little bit further, if that knee feels happy and healthy, maybe drop your hips a little lower, pressing the right arm to the inside of the right knee. We'll give you a little more sensation. And slowly come back to center, switch, bending the left knee. Pick up the right toes. You can stay up high or drop your hips down low. Just explore this new breath in, this old breath out. Change happening right now in my body. New cells being born. Old cells dying. Transformation. We'll turn ourselves toward our left leg, come down into a lunge, and let the back knee drop to the earth. Starting to find the front of that back hip, moving with breath, forward and back. Just take your time moving at a pace that feels good to you. Let's pause on the reach back, toes come up. Start to walk your fingers forward. Give yourself space in your hamstring. Press your left hip back. Pull your left toes back and reach your fingers forward. Shifting into your lunge. Bring your hands to that front knee and press gently. You can either stay here or reach one or both of your arms up into a kneeling crescent. Staying focused and aware of what's happening here in your body with just this breath. And the hands come back to the floor. Let's tuck the back leg and ease ourselves back to center. Lunging side to side a few times, noticing the difference. And we'll start to make our way over to the right leg. We'll just settle that back knee on the ground. Pausing to feel the front of this back hip. Starting to move forward and back. If the floor feels hard under your knee, just roll the edge of your mat in, or maybe grab a pillow or something soft. Sometimes it's the littlest things that can take us out of this big and wonderful practice. Allow yourself to explore what it means to find comfort so that you can continue your yoga practice. Let's pause back. Fingertips walk forward, toes pull back toward the face, and then just on this side, let's just take a hand and press that right hip back and walk your hands forward. Right here, right now. And shifting forward. Using that front knee to help us come up in the center. Pause here or add one or both of your arms. Expanded and aware. Gently release your hands to the floor, tuck the back toes. Let's come back into the center, and one more time, just move your body side to side and see if that's any different than when we first got here. If you're using a block, you can bring that block out in front of you. We're going to move into a twist. So this time, taking all 10 of your toes straight forward, we'll start with a twist to the right side. So left hand on the block, right arm starts to just peel up slowly toward the sky. And on the exhale, just slide that hand right back down and switch. Peel the left arm up and back down. And just move with your breath, opening on the inhale and closing on the exhale. We'll do several of these. So if you'd like to pause along the way, you're welcome to take a little detour. Go one more time, each side. And as we return to the earth, let your hands come out toward your feet. So you can bend your knees if you like, but either hold on to your heels or your big toes and just bring yourself closer to the earth. Head down, hips high. Oxygen to every single cell of your body. Something new coming in. Something old going out. Releasing our hands. We'll bring our knees down to the mat. And you will either love me or hate me for this, maybe both. We're going to move into a pose called frog. So we've done all of that good hip opening, leg stretching. I like to bring the edges of my mat in so there's a little more padding under the knees. And we'll just take the knees out wide here. So you want the knees to be straight out from the hips. Turn sideways. So straight out from the hips. And you want the feet to be wide. So literally your feet are going to look like a frog. We can come down to elbows. This is a great place to put that block under your forehead. I feel like this is false advertising when I call this gentle, because this is an uncomfortable position. No doubt about it. Frog pose is uncomfortable. So as we're here, can you just close your eyes and allow yourself to be in the discomfort of a posture? Breath comes into your belly and out, just like how we started. Noticing what it's like here in the discomfort. We don't even have to label it good, bad. It just is. This is uncomfortable. This discomfort is providing an opportunity, though, for change. This discomfort is stretching parts of our bodies that aren't used to being stretched. And our patience here is being stretched. What do you observe about yourself when you are in a difficult position? Is there a willingness to be here? Is there a desire to run? Deepen your breath. Something is changing in your body right now. Something new is happening. Something old is leaving. Let's bring our hands under our shoulders and come up. And just begin to inch your knees in until they're stacked right underneath you. You can unfold your mat. And then just bring yourself around to a seat. So, was I right? Love me or hate me, or maybe both? We're going to do the opposite now. So let's take the right leg and we're going to cross the right leg over the left. And we'll just let that leg kind of sit down here. So you can pause here, or you can bring the left leg underneath you into, we call these cow's face legs. And so now that sensation has shifted into the outer edges of our legs. Another kind of discomfort, perhaps. Bring your hands onto the top knee and with just the gentlest pressure, allow yourself to sit tall. Breathe. You might notice legs are shaking a little bit. You might notice that you enjoy this position. Noticing what's here. Let your hands come out towards your foot or your feet, and then just fold yourself over your legs. If you'd like, you can grab your block and place it on that top knee, or bring your head right to the knee. Allow breath to move all the way down into your hips. Change is happening right now, right here, this moment. The gases in your body are being exchanged, new and old, changing places. Return to a tall spine and let that left arm come way up high. And we'll cross the body, bringing that arm to the outside of the right leg, just moving into a twist. Inhale with a tall spine and exhale to look over your back shoulder. And as we come back to center, you can just take this leg up and off. We're going to extend that leg out toward the right side of the room. Clear the flesh for Janu Shirshasana. So reach the arms high. And on an exhale, fold over that right leg. You may reach your calf, you may reach your ankle or your foot. If you've got extra long arms, this is a place where you can put the block underneath the foot. If your hamstrings are tight, bend that knee and place something under the knee. So many options to make the practice work for you. As we're here in this rounded and protected position, I'd like you to just consider your feelings about change. Most of us don't love change. So as we come into this next posture, I'd like you to just, for one moment, one breath, just embrace the idea of change. We're going to come onto this left knee. So the left arm comes behind us. The right arm reaches up, and we're going to pull ourselves up and back. Just find this posture that's an open, receptive posture. And if you want to play along today, could say out loud, I am open to change. I am open to change. I am open to change. And then come back down. Legs out in front, give them a nice little shake. Maybe pound the floor with your calves. Turn the corners of your mouth up. And we'll take the left leg across. And just lay it across. Just be right here, or if you'd like, you can fold that right leg underneath. Sitting bones on the earth, spine tall, cow's face, legs, and then the gentle pressure with the hands. Invites us to sit taller, to be in our bodies in a dignified way. Let hands settle toward the foot or the feet, and then just hold yourself over your knee. Chin to chest. Maybe the head comes to the knee, maybe a block gives you a place to rest. Breathing into your low back. Coming up to a tall spine, let's bring this left leg off and over on an angle. Reach down and move whatever is there to be moved from underneath you. Arms reach high, take a deep breath in. Let out a sigh as you fold yourself over that leg. Breathe in something new happening in your body right now. They say that every 7 years, the cells of our body replace themselves. So right now, in this breath, there's a new cell being born somewhere in your body. Something new is happening. And right now, it's because you are stretching and breathing. So this new cell has fertile ground. What cells do you want to grow so that 7 years from now, your body is completely new? Bring yourself up. The right hand comes behind, left arm reaches forward. Let's scoop ourselves up with that vision of creating a body right now that 7 years from today is brand new, and it's been built with yoga, with meditation, with healthy food, with rest. Ease your way back down. Legs come out in front, and let's just shake them out one more time. Same thing is true of cells that are old. What we did 7 years ago is leaving the building now. Thank goodness. So bend your knees and just roll yourself down onto your back. Once you get there, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little massage on your back. You can stay like this, or you can move into happy baby, feet to the ceiling, knees pulling down. With eyes closed here, just give yourself a minute to play and move in a way that feels restorative to your body. And then placing the feet on the earth, we're going to lift up into bridge pose. So I really love restorative bridge. So if you'd like to try that, you can bring a block or a pillow or maybe a couch cushion up underneath your hips. If you prefer something a little more active, lift and draw your hands underneath you. If wheel is in your practice, flip your hands and press yourself up into a full back bend. Close your eyes and just visualize deep breath in, something new happening in my body right now. Change, restoration, transformation. And breathing out anything that doesn't help you feel whole and healthy here in this moment. Let's return our hips to the earth, moving any props. We'll draw the right knee into the chest, let the left leg fall flat on the floor. And then just lift that leg straight up in the air. One more glance at the hamstrings. You might take your fingers and just massage those muscles. And slowly bend and switch legs. Left leg comes in and up, nice and easy. That sense of touch signals a relaxation response to our muscles. Let's put a bend in that knee and release the leg to the floor. So over the next minute or so, give yourself permission to take any other movement, posture, or stretch that your body would like to take. We're getting ready to move into Shavasana. And so there might be some pillows or blankets or something you'd like to grab that will make you feel more comfortable for your rest. Shavasana is arguably the most important posture of our whole practice. It's here that we find stillness. It's here in Shavasana that our mind and our body become connected. And I like to think that this is where our soul finally gets a quiet place to rest. As you begin your rest, I'd like to read to you the words of Donna Fald's poem, Change. Change proclaims its dominance. Just try and stay the same, it taunts. See how long the status quo will last before it's blasted into newness by the now. Change isn't always flashy like the Grand Canyon. Sometimes it's subtle, like the blinking of an eyelash or the floating of a feather on the wind. Say yes, and change will take you somewhere unexpected. Say no, and you'll end up in the same place, resisting all the while. I'd rather go willingly and see if the journey itself just might be worth the ride. Here, resting in Shavasana. Can you go willingly and just see if the journey itself might be worth the ride? Bring your awareness back to your breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And take a nice stretch, arms reaching overhead. Maybe even a yawn and a sigh. Make a slow transition back to a seat, sitting in a way that's comfortable to you. And as you make your way back to a seat, let's bring one of our hands over our heart and the other over our belly. Connecting again with that deep, slow breath. That breath that invites something new and sends out something old. Just reflecting back on this practice, see if there's anything that showed up for you today, any awareness, any knowing, any recognition that you'd like to take with you into the rest of your day. And let your hands come together in front of your heart. May we travel together, even though we're separated right now. May we travel together and may we go willingly to see if the journey itself just might be worth the ride. There might be something here for us to learn and to grow from. Thank you so much for making time today for yourself and to be with me and with each other here. May we be with the change that's occurring around us right now. And may we be here with a strength and a calmness. Namaste.